February 13th, we are currently at the public safety meeting for the city of Hudson. Can we have roll call, please?
Alderperson Hoggett.
Here.
Alderperson Vanslo.
He is excused.
Alderperson Yaku.
I'm here. Do we have an approval of the minutes?
Yeah, I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second. All those in favor, say
Aye.
aye. Okay, discussion and possible action on updated passport parking agreement. He's not here, so.
He has asked if we could post or table this until next month.
Perfect. It is tabled. Make a motion.
I'll move to table it.
Second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Moving on. Approval of the Brit Fest car show, and we're going to block. God, I hate when I have to go back to the thing. Discussion and possible action to block Walnut Street between 1st and 2nd Street on Saturday, August 9th, 2014 at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the Brit Fest car show. We've done this before.
This is the second annual, same information as it was last year. I do want to let you know that I was notified by the Parks Department that Final Stretch will be running their Go for the Badger race that same day in Lakefront Park. However, because this is on the 100 block of First Street, should not interfere with that race whatsoever.
Okay, and is it really going to matter if it does? I mean, is it going to?
I don't think so. The racers all, I know they park downtown. They just won't have that block to park in because that's where all the show cars will be.
Okay.
But what happens is that they park here, they get bussed over to Minnesota, and they run from there back here.
We have plenty of parking, so
yeah,
we're good.
So I don't think that'll be an issue. I just wanted you to be aware that that was going on at the same time.
All right, perfect. So do we have a motion to approve?
Yep.
Not
I'll
so.
move to approve.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. On to the next one. Discussion and possible action on the 4th annual Halos of Hudson 5K Family Fun Day on Saturday, July 25th, 2014 in Lakefront Park. Would you like to speak at all?
I could speak.
You can come to the podium just to kind of advertise, you know.
Well, you know.
It's all about the advertising, really, because
Right.
you know it's going to get approved, so we're
I
good.
almost brought my 2-year-old just for the approval.
Well, we don't,
That could have changed things drastically.
yeah.
Actually, we are Halos of the St. Croix Valley now. So there is a change in name. It's
Okay.
myself just kind of restarting over. And what was the other thing? I don't remember. So basically, we're going to take and do the first, the 2012 loop through the park. It's similar, but we're not going to go around the public, like the utility
Sure.
house.
By
I
the-
figured we'd just kind of go around the parking lot and come back in.
Okay.
So to eliminate crossing that street.
Okay.
And again, it'll just include everything that we've done for the past few years with the entertainment, live entertainment, and we think we might cut it a little bit shorter than 4 o'clock, just for the sake of cleanup and things.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I believe 9 o'clock will be the start time.
Is it going to affect anything? It's not going to affect anything with them cutting it shorter? Marty?
I don't think so. I guess the only concern I had was they wanted to use First Street briefly from the parking lot, which I believe would be the bathhouse down to St. Croix Street,
Okay.
but you're going to be on the sidewalk, correct?
Yeah, there's, I think there might be like a part where there might not be a little bit, maybe there is a sidewalk all the way down. I
There's
can't
a sidewalk
remember.
on First Street all the way down to St. Croix, and then the
And then
walking
it's
path
just that
comes back
little,
around.
yep. So we're just going to cut
Right.
to the left and back onto the path.
So they won't need any crossing assistance or anything?
No, they will not.
So it's basically, it's very similar to last time.
Correct.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Welcome,
you. It'll
thank
probably
you.
be on
Meet you at
consent.
Postmark.
I will be getting to go from there later.
Okay. Thank you.
I still haven't had dinner, so.
Mary, just as a note, your agenda is wrong. That race is actually the 26th, not July 25th.
Okay. So we'll note that in the minutes. And
Oh, thank you. I didn't catch that. Yes, the 26th.
did I have that correction? I didn't see it. Okay, sorry. That's my fault.
It's okay on the issue
I've been
sheet.
painting a lot this week. So.
Me too, so we're right in the same.
Smelling too many fumes.
Thank you.
Is there any other corrections I'm going to miss in the agenda? Because I know we had a couple come through.
The next
the minutes-
item is,
Mike's date was wrong. It's 2015.
Correct.
I saw that one.
yep,
I'm there.
that's it.
The issue sheet is correct, though.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the agenda at the moment. So, but I remembered Mike's from today. So we're good. It'll probably be on consent agenda, but, you know, and if there's questions, it's up to you.
We're okay to tell people that it's.
Well, it has to also go through council. I'm never going to say yes, but I don't see, I mean, Marty is okay with it and public safety is okay with it. I think it'll be fine, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to just,
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you. Okay, next, discussion and possible action on, wait, I'm missing something. Discussion and possible action to consider using the Dyke Road at the Arch for the Stratton Foley wedding on Friday, May 30th, 2015, 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mike?
You want us to speak?
Sure. Name and address, please, Mike.
You should find that out on your issue sheet.
The public doesn't see that.
It's available online. So basically what we'd like to do is we'd like to have our wedding underneath the arch on Dyke Road. And we realize that that emergency vehicles use that to, respond to emergencies down on the beach and on the dike and stuff. And there is a way to get around that using the trail from the bathhouse. And I've seen vehicles, public works vehicles and whatnot, use that trail to access the Dyke Road.
Okay.
And it would only be for, 2.5 hours. We're hoping to squeeze it in with setup at about 2:30. And it's Saturday, May 30th, not Friday, May 30th.
Did I say Friday?
Yeah, it's Saturday. So set up at 2:30, and we're looking to have it all torn down by 5.
Okay. So, Marty, do you have, what are you thinking about
Well,
this?
we've had other events that have been down there, like car shows and so forth. We've always asked them to just kind of keep it off to the side so that we can get through. The difference obviously with the wedding, if we have to go around, we can, but if it's a dire emergency where we need to use it, it's just chairs. We can get them out of the way. That's not that.
Well, and there's a possibility, I mean, you can kind of put the chair so there's access. I mean, I don't want to tell you how to set up your wedding. Trust me, I get that. But I don't know, maybe, so it'd be a quick removal of chairs versus 50.
I think if a fire truck is coming through, people would move.
Move fast. I agree with you.
Grab your chair and please.
Sarcasm
move.
noted, Mike. Sarcasm.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it's kind of cool. I don't know if we've ever done that before. Have we ever had a wedding under the arch?
I don't think we've had one underneath the arch, no.
And we were looking for public safety approval, and we'd have to obviously go through the park board and
Right.
council and everything after that.
Well, I don't know if we have to push it over to park board or not, if it goes through public safety. I think we can go straight to council with it.
Right, park board is more to
We
advisory.
can,
Okay.
we don't have to jump through that many hoops.
Good.
So I think it's a cool idea. I think that Mike is well known enough in the community and understands the community enough that if they need to make adjustments for some reason, that they'll do it. So I trust in that.
Is that a motion?
I'm making a motion to approve it. I think it's a really neat idea.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It will go to, I don't know, I don't think that'll hit consent agenda. I think it'll be discussed, but so I would probably come to the next council meeting.
Next meeting?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, moving on. Discussion of possible action regarding the traffic lights at Crestview Drive and Gateway Boulevard. All right, this is probably me.
I think you missed
We
the,
missed one.
Traffic safety
Traffic
issue
issue.
at 400 block.
I
of Orange Street.
apologize.
That's okay.
Let's move back.
My name's spelled wrong anyway, so that's okay.
Okay, discussion of possible action on
Isn't that
traffic safety issue in the 400 block of
ATT.
Orange Street. Go ahead, John.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
This is brought to my attention by, and I can't remember Frank's last name. I
Frank
don't.
Rhodes?
Halverson.
Halverson,
yes,
okay.
from the water department. They exit using this alley, both north and south, and then also there's a way to get into the water department there on 5th Street. And the issue is that the alley going north is quite low. In fact, I took some pictures myself just a little while ago. When my truck is parked less than 20 feet from the sidewalk, it's still probably at the top of the roof of my truck is maybe at hood height of the cars parked in the parking lot. So it's low. And then as you're approaching there, because there's a child care facility there are kids occasionally that come down that hill. And I'm sorry to print these photographs out. I had a small emergency myself this afternoon, but you cannot see, physically cannot see somebody coming down that sidewalk, and whoever's on the sidewalk cannot see a vehicle coming up the alley.
Okay.
He had brought it to Dave Krupage's attention, and they went and talked to the people at the Hudson Child Care Facility.
Hudson Community
Children's Center, yeah.
And their comment was that the water department people should be more careful, which I thought was a little short-sighted. Frank and I talked about it for a while, and I thought, well, maybe the easiest thing to do is we're trying to facilitate some visibility there, so a mirror there would be probably the easiest thing to do, or eliminate the last parking spot in that parking lot so that visibility would become, I could easily see how you could see. He almost ran into a young boy at that point himself. So
I'll tell you why I'm not in favor of a mirror. We've discussed mirrors, I don't know how many times, and mirrors get vandalized, they get damaged. Tom Zuli will say it, sun can hit them the wrong way, it can blind vision. Eliminating a parking spot to me sounds like a better option.
I tend to agree. I was just looking for a way to somehow, clearly it is about as blind of an intersection as you can get just because of the elevation. The other thing would be to raise part of the alley height, but that sounds...
That's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
So if we eliminate a parking spot, how does that affect the community school?
I don't know.
I mean, it's one parking spot. We're not talking the whole.
Absolutely. One would be more than enough.
And how many cars parked there? I mean, is it full? Is it more of a pickup drop-off fullness, or is it employees?
No,
filling it up?
it's staff parking, I believe.
There's parking around the street though. If I
Absolutely,
understand.
there's lots of parking.
So it's
there.
not that there's not enough parking in the area.
I believe. I don't know. It's a private parking lot, though.
Correct. It's
So
privately owned.
what kind of jurisdiction do we have in that case?
Well, I think there's some coverage we have underneath the ordinance if it's a traffic safety or pedestrian safety issue on private property. But I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to go through Catherine to
Do we need to look into that more?
look into that. I will talk to Catherine about it, and maybe what I'll do is I'll go and talk to the care center myself and see if we can get them to voluntarily not park there for right now.
Okay.
Instead of
Okay.
having to go through the legal ramifications of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. If we can, yeah, especially because it's a private parking lot.
Well, and there was already a close call, and as Frank pointed out to me, he actually lost a child in a similar type scenario, so he's very concerned about that particular area.
Sure. Well, why don't we have Marty do that? Why don't we talk to the community center and the child care center, and if we have to go to Catherine, fine, but see what they'll do first after
Right.
you talk to them.
You want us to bring this back to the next
Yes,
agenda?
please, let's bring it back next
There's
month.
13 spots in that eastern side of that lot. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
I don't
that
know
one
how
right
many
there.
they employ at one time. I can't imagine just 13 employees on at one time, but I don't know what they do, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, let's work that route first and see what
Okay.
we can do.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and then bring it back to the next agenda and take action then, depending on, if you have to go to Catherine in between, that's obviously what we have to do, so.
Okay. I will make sure I take care of that.
All right, thank you. Do we need to make a motion to move that forward, or can we just let it go forward? We can just move it on.
You can just table it till next.
Postpone it.
Postpone it.
Let's
Postpone
postpone
it
it to the, March, public safety meeting, please. That's a motion. Do we have a second on that?
Second, I'm sorry.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on. Okay, now, discussion and possible action regarding the traffic lights at Crestview Drive and Gateway Boulevard. I brought this to public safety because it was brought to the attention at Plan Commission. Denny, I know you're in the back. I don't know if you're prepared to speak on it at all, but if you are, I would appreciate it because it's complicated and you have better insight than most.
I believe the issue that was initiated when we talked about where a median would be placed on the north side of Crestview Drive and Gateway Boulevard. And there are some questions in regards to potentially changing traffic lanes and changing light configurations to allow a dedicated left turn There, you're going southbound. It's very confusing. If you're going northbound, it's very confusing for the south when you're looking at southbound traffic, where you can pretty much tell where the cars are turning left onto Crestview, but it's much more difficult to determine whether cars are going straight on Gateway. So essentially the issue is, can the signal system be changed to allow for a dedicated left turn in that, or arranged to clarify that issue is essentially what needs to be done.
I have one question in that. I know when we've discussed this in the past, the Department of Transportation, do they control Carmichael and Crestview?
Correct.
So dedicating a left turn, will that affect, that's obviously going to affect the backup on that light.
Well, I think that Wisconsin DOT has become much more cooperative with the city of Hudson in regards to working with us on the signalization and phasing and timing of the signal system.
Okay.
So
There's quite a bit of time. That light lasts pretty long, so it almost seems like there's enough time to clear the left turn lanes and still get people across, because the other right turn, the people going right are not obstructed. So I got somebody cut me off going straight across today, even, because they're like, oh, I didn't realize that guy was going straight, because you can go straight in that lane.
It's very confusing.
It is. It's kind of goofy.
And with the development coming in there, we need to find a better flow.
Well, I would believe that probably part of the issue is that you have drivers in an area that are coming off the interstate that may not be used to that intersection.
Right.
And that lack of knowledge of that local traffic pattern is probably contributes to the issue also.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with you.
There's lots of signs approaching the intersection, but would it be possible to put, because we have those, whatever the sign arms for the street sign on there, could we put the laneage on those signs too to kind of help improve?
Yeah, I'm not gonna, without really looking at the issue, I would suggest you send it forward to Public Works or forward to the city engineer and myself when we take a look at it, certainly.
I agree with that. That was going to be my motion. I think we need to look at that. I think it's important to get that corrected with the development coming in, especially because it is mostly the out-of-town or visitors, or, I know I'll take the road around now by Walmart to get away from that whole intersection. It's
Well,
just
if I'm, like
convenient.
today, I was going from Menards and I was going to go left, but if I had to go to any of the new, either Quick Trip or any of the other place, you're constantly running into that, and I think that's going to become more of a regular flow maybe than we think it is.
Yes, so I'll make a motion to forward this to Public Works and the city engineer to see if we can find a solution, if it's a left turn lane signal or what have you, going northbound. It would just be northbound, we would need it.
No, you need it southbound.
Yes, southbound coming from the north.
If you're going to have a left turn, you could clear both left lanes immediately at the same time.
No, because
No, we just want the
northbound
southbound.
one that comes off of Gateway Boulevard going north is that lane is either left turn or straight ahead.
Right.
I know we should change that, in my opinion.
That's what needs.
Well, that's why I think the city engineer needs to look at
Without
that.
assuming what the
So let's-
what the resolution is,
Right.
won't you just send the issue and let
Right.
the engineer?
Yep. I'm going to change my,
propose
I'm going to readjust it to say to have the city engineer look at the Gateway Boulevard intersection and Crestview Road intersection to consider separate signalized turn lanes going southbound, possibly northbound, whatever they find to be the best solution to help clear the flow of traffic and
Second.
and it'll go to Public Works as well. All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Well, it takes care of that in a roundabout way. No pun intended.
We should put around, but no, I'm joking. Work there.
Okay. Where are we at? EMS, Fire Department, and Police Department updates. We're going to go with Kim. What's going on?
Not much. The only
Updates?
thing I have really is there's nothing in the department that's big that's going on. We started the year off very busy with 155 calls for the month of January, which is busy for us. So
Okay.
a lot of very serious, critical, sick people. So be careful shoveling, be careful walking, just kind of watch your steps. So
Okay.
nothing
That's
else
it?
big. Yeah, nothing else going on.
All right. We don't have fire, so Apparently, we're fire-free for the month. I will say for fire, clear your fire hydrants. It's very important. I drove today, and there was quite a few fire hydrants that you can just see the tip and the stick, the alert stick that's standing up. And we need to, if you are in a residential home or own an apartment complex that has these fire hydrants, you need to clear them. It saves what we decided 3 minutes can shave off, saving your house. So we need to be diligent as citizens. Go ahead, Marty.
Obviously, just like him, we've been busy in the month of January. We've had 2 armed robberies and the triple shooting. The good news is that obviously we have the 2 suspects in custody for the triple shooting. We're very confident those are the 2 gentlemen involved. Hopefully, we've got one back in St. Croix County. We're working on getting the other one extradited back over here. I do ask that citizens, if they see anything suspicious, please give us a call in regards to anything that they see suspicious. We've been running into some problems with some recent thefts from vehicles, especially at sporting events, hockey games, and so forth. And we've gotten people that have come in and said, well, I saw a suspicious person walking around the night before or the day of and didn't call it in right away. So we ask everybody that, please, if you see something suspicious, that's what we're there for. Give us a call. We're working on, we're backgrounding another officer right now to fill Officer Crimmins' spot. Hopefully we'll have that done shortly, and if we get that person up and running, hopefully by mid-March. Officer Covedo is currently in his FTO stage still.
Okay.
We're working on that.
They call him Q, you said?
Q is what he calls him.
Okay.
I'm down 2 officers on federal family medical leave right now, so we're short those 2 plus Mark's position, so we're currently down 3. So we've been filling a lot of spots with overtime, so hopefully my budget will hold out. We won't have anything else major come through. I did have some good bit of news. I was at the Chiefs Conference this past week. We got drawn for a $4,000 equipment grant because of our involvement in the Booze and Belts program in December.
Excellent.
So we can use that. I got done talking to a representative today, and that speed survey traffic device I was talking to you about earlier, that mounts on there, would be eligible under that grant to purchase it. So we might be able to get that. So I'm looking into that.
It costs less than the grant.
Well, costs about $4,000.
Yeah.
But we still have to put 25% in as a matching grant. So
That's okay.
I've got more than enough money to cover it. So hopefully we'll have that device sometime this year.
Huh? Nothing. I'm sorry. Okay, good.
So, and that's it. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing. Citizens Police Academy will be starting April 1st. So if anybody's interested in joining the academy, please fill out an application. You can get it online at our website, or you can stop down to the police department and get one.
Do we still have Explorers going?
Huh?
The Explorers, are they still, don't we have that program with the high school?
We do have the Explorers, but that usually starts up in the fall of the year.
Okay.
So, but the Citizens Academy is a 9-week program that starts off.
That's great.
So.
Good. Okay, good.
That's it.
Excellent. And anything, we don't have any informational items this week, and do we have any items for future agenda?
Yeah, Cooley and Carmichael. The park and ride there, you go past that, and there's a right turn lane, and there's a lane there that you can get on, but people stop, like, all the time. There's not even a yield sign or anything, because we're missing a sign that would say that you're basically merging into your own lane.
Okay, so you want to put the Cooley, you want to put that on the next agenda?
Yeah, it'd just be a sign.
Looking into a merge sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically allows me to know that I'm merging into a safe lane. Because people stop there and it gets jammed. It doesn't need to be because it's free-flowing traffic.
I know I've stopped there before, but that's because the people going southbound are usually coming across and they're trying to get into that next lane so they can get on 94.
Right.
So I
So are we supposed to yield there or not? And if not, but it's confusing. And I know I've almost gotten rear-ended too because I'm like, so it's a little bit weird.
We'll look at it. I think we're limited in what we can do in those intersections we've discovered after the whole yield sign deal with Crestview. But we'll look into it we'll put it on next agenda and look into it.
Perfect.
All right. So do we have anything else for the next agenda? Anything? Motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second? All's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.